thought I'd do a random video on just me waffling on about how fucking bad this world is. But yeah, I think what today's topic I'm trying to get across is it my Aspergers, or is this world just becoming too difficult to live in for, don't know, just anyone, even people like me who's a rich guy? So I don't know why that's made me dysfunctional in this world, because to function in this world you have to meet certain criteria, and I think like the three basics of being functional to survive in this world is, in order, I'd say one, have a good family connection, good social life. Two, have a roof over your head. Three, have a good income. Those three things sound simple, but it's not. Social life and stuff, that's something we can't really help, and I think all of it, like, it's all based on luck really. If you're born into those things, then yeah, you're very lucky, you're very privileged in life. But for people like me who don't really have that, yeah, I've got family members, I don't really have a strong family, I don't even see a lot of my family, I don't even know any of my cousins. Well, some of my cousins I hardly fucking know. Like, I'd say there's people that I went to school with, or people that I used to be mates with that I've not spoken to for 10, 15 years. I probably know them more than some of my own fucking family members, my own fucking flesh and blood. So yeah, that says it all. But yeah, I've got into detail of like my experience in my life, my adult life, when it's time to grow up, it's trying to deal with the shit. But yeah, no, I've not been very lucky in life yet. I've been sectioned, I've struggled to get a job, I've struggled with loneliness, I think. Life, I don't know, does it take to have that good supportive network to function, like get a job? Like, my mum went ill and she doesn't work anymore. She has not worked for 20 years. So she's been a stay-at-home mum really, but her mental health's been on and off ever since I was 5, 6. So I think I've had it quite harder than a normal kid in England. I'm not gonna lie. She's been in and out of hospital, so I don't know if that's definitely not helped. And growing up, when it comes to my parents, I think the heart was in the right place to probably try the best, but when you grow up and realise that these don't quite have it together themselves, they're quite, I don't mean to sound mean or sound like a dickhead, but they're quite, I don't know, they're quite pathetic, really. Like, I think both of my parents have made a lot of mistakes in life, a lot of mistakes when it comes to bringing up children. And I'm not saying bringing up children is easy, and someone who's not a dad, I don't fucking know, and I don't even know if I'm pretty capable of being a dad, but I do think a lot of mistakes have been made and it's not helped the situation at all. But that's something I can't control, it's just how the world is, I guess. But yeah, and yeah, I don't know, and with employment, I can do things, but I'm not one to just do any job, and I'm not really one that really wants to live in a world where I have to do something I don't want to do. But yeah, that's just how the cookie crumbles, I guess. That's the tough world we live in. When it comes to getting a job, I don't think the grass is greener than what I have it now, because you get taxed for this and that. Getting a job's fucking hard in the first place, where you have to go through all these documents and all this bullshit, and it's just it's hard to get a job in general. And a lot of people are working jobs where they're not even happy, and when they get taxed on this and that, and the government, I believe the way it's set up with the DWP and the fucking the system is, I do believe that it is a system to keep the rich rich and the poor poor. Because there's so many fucking bullshit fucking rules that all come with all this shit. And yeah, agree about it is with me leaving hospital, leaving university, going through the mental health route, and because I've got that label, Aspergers, and stuff on my medical history, I think people get involved that don't know anything about you, and they just treat you like some retard, you can't do anything, you're dysfunctional in the world. And I've never believed that to be true. Like, I got through university, I didn't like university, I kind of think it was a waste of time. But it proves I can do something, I can get through something. And I did an animation degree, but that is not an easy course, it's not straightforward. You got deadlines, you got a lot of essays to write, a lot of independent study. When it comes to essay writing, you got to reference your stuff. There's a lot of stuff you need to be capable of to get through that. So yeah, I think that's just proved that no, I'm not a retard, I'm not dumb. What school has made you to feel like. And another thing is, what I've seen to learn, like people who are neurodivergent, who's got that label in the school, who's part of the special educational needs system bollocks. What I've learned in the past, that when they start looking for courses at college and life, setting up life after school, is that they get told, oh, that course is a bit too hard for you, why don't you do something a bit easier instead? Then these people that don't listen to these pricks end up doing these fucking courses and end up doing well in them. Some probably struggle, but life's not straightforward. I think the same has basically happened to me. I don't even think school was setting me up to go to uni, they were setting me up to just where I am now, benefit dull dossing dickhead that just claims fucking PIP and DLA all the fucking time. I'm just like, because it's so hard to get a job. I'm just like, what's the point anymore? Treating me and other people like shit for so long. Like, what's the point? I'm not playing the game anymore. It's just like, just like I can get up when I want and do what I want. I won't say I'm lazy. I'm lazy, but I can do what I want. I can do voluntary work. I can work on my electronic music and all that. And I'm working towards something. Like I'm doing my theatre stuff. Well, I'm not. I do like front of the house, but I'm in that circle where I'm around creators. So I'm working towards maybe, hopefully, getting involved with something to do with that. And if it's not that, I'll look for something else. But thing is, like, different avenues, try different things, and if one thing doesn't work, you go another way. You find another loophole and you go another way and try it that way. When that doesn't work, you find another loophole and you go that way. And yeah, that can be very exhausting, but that's the way I'm doing it in a minute. I don't know if there's any really points value in this video. It's just me ranting on about the urges, what all that, just bit of an add-on to the current videos that I've been making, and get things off my chest. I've got a lot that I need to talk about, like depression, Aspergers, and just how hard this fucking world is. Like, watches the news like for the last fucking year or so. We're just like, that's just a wake-up call. So like, this world's not a good world. We're so systemised, we're put into boxes, and that's something I've never liked. I feel like I've been categorised into a box. Like, oh, you've got this label and that label, oh, you got that in your medical history. Yeah, you can go into the vulnerable adult box. You can't do fuck all. Treat you like you're thick as anything, and I'm not. I can do things. I just don't want to do things I don't want to do. Like, I've been miserable in education for fucking 10 years. Why the fuck do I want to work a job that makes me miserable? It just don't add up. One positive about the Aspergers is that maybe my eyes are open to things like that, where normal everyday people just walk into a job and get on with it, or they seem to do. Whereas me, I'm just like, no. Do your shitty, pointless fucking jobs like working in an office, cleaning toilets. It doesn't interest me. But that makes me dysfunctional in this world. Modern life in Britain, like, you're just categorised into boxes. I quite fancy just leaving all this, but yeah, it's just so systemised, so systematic. I just trying to find an escape route, because I just feel like I've been systemised on life. I've never been happy with the labels, being categorised into a box, being categorised into the vulnerable fucking box. Oh, you're a retard box. And all that shit. it's not for me. It's not the world I want to live in. Express my frustration or what this point in this video is even more, but yeah, it's not the life for me. That video's anonymous because I'm going into detail with personal stuff. It's just add on to my frustrations in this topic, this video, and in another video, but yeah, I don't know if I can got anything else to say at this moment in time. What I'd say that is the housing crisis, just how hard it is to own a home these days, to get a mortgage. Like, when my mum was around my age, I think she paid her house off in 2 years. Like, now it's unheard of. Like, the average home is probably 240,000, and yeah, that's money you can't really save. I don't know, it's going to take 10 years to save that money, and by the time that money's saved, the house prices would have doubled or tripled by then. So that's just another thing to add to that. But yeah, just getting a mortgage. I think I'd rather have a mortgage than pay rent, because I think paying rent's just wasting money really. And the amount of rent people pay these days, like people pay up to like over a thousand, like $1,000 if you like live in a major city like New York or London. Like possibly more than that, or like 700 if you live in like a boring area outside some dystopian shithole town like Rotherham or some horrible place like that. But yeah, it's just that's something to add on to, and it's just completely rigged against the normal average Joe of society who's born into a working class. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's all I've got to say about that. So yeah. Also, my Aspergers probably does make me struggle more than a normal person. Like probably my main struggle is I can't get to sleep at a normal time. I just can't. I used to try, but I've got to the point where there's just not even any point trying. I just don't function that way. And stuff like maybe sensory stuff I don't recognise. I don't know. I might struggle with sensory issues to a level I don't recognise that, to be honest. Socialising, I've clearly got social anxiety. I've got anxiety in approaching people, all that kind of stuff. Being in crowded areas, a crowded room, a crowded bus full of feral teenagers is probably one of my worst nightmares. Nothing more frustrating than that. I can't think of anything more that would make me more uncomfortable than that. Not a lot more anyway. But yeah, that's just an example of yeah, my Asperger's makes me struggle, but I don't know, I might not recognise it to a level. But yeah, but also there's that argument, how am I supposed to function in a dysfunctional world as well? So yeah, it probably goes both ways, to be honest. But yeah, I think that's all I can say about that. I don't really know what else to add to that, but yeah.